Okay, so this is a pre-gym session today. I'll probably go to the gym in an hour, and then we'll be back, and I'll have the second session. Um, yeah. So I kind of hate like what Google is doing with Gemini on Drive and Gmail. Like I don't know, it just feels like such an invasion of privacy, even though you kind of know that they can look at your emails and files at any point. But now that they're like taking that fucking data and like inferring on it every time you fucking open it, it's just insane. Nobody's talking about it. Yeah, it feels like you're fucking naked. Like your data is not supposed to go through a fucking ML model. Your fucking confidential documents. Like I get that they were never truly confidential from Google if you store them in Google Drive, but still like it's kind of insane. Wait, is there GPT 5.4? So apparently it's trending on Twitter. So I don't know if that's the thing. Okay, my oven timer is done. It should be preheated at this point. Um, I just need to. There's no GPT. This is the fucking annoying thing about X. It's like they'll just do anything to get your attention. Okay, let's download it. How is it 410 freaking MB? What? I thought it was just like a list of tweets. Like even if it's 2000 tweets, it cannot be 410 MB. Like forget about compression. What is in that fucking archive? Like what? That is insane. How? And how did it get downloaded so fast? What? It's done. I mean, it's not like my internet connection's slow, but this is insane. I need to like analyze the relative sizes of things here. This is truly insane. Like, what's happening? Twitter. Then, what was it called? Douche. DUSH. It's basically disk utility. So then there's data, which is 400 MB. Again, freaking insane. So do du dash sh and then star. It gives you like a nice way to look at things. You can also sort, but then it requires a longer command. Okay, so they also include tweets media, which is insane. Like, I mean, thanks, but maybe I don't need it. So that's still 200 MB. Where's the rest of it? Okay, deleted tweets media. That's separate. That is all very interesting. So I think there's like they also give you an HTML file to browse it. Again, good of them to do that. It tells you the time of account creation, user creation IP. What is my IP? Okay, I should probably put the chicken in. put a timer for 20 minutes. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Okay. This was Jaipur, India. Anyway. Profile. Blah, blah, blah. What's all this? Contacts. Oh, damn. They have a lot of info on me. Interesting. Tweets. Nice. Interesting. Likes. Lots of likes. What the fuck? Direct messages. Safety, personalized. Where's retweets, bitch? That's the main thing I need to. Oh, it's a separate tab. Yeah, so they do. Yeah, they include all freaking things. The mouse is making such a weird noise when I'm like scrolling on full throttle. So funny. Wait, don't they show you bookmarks? They should have shared bookmarks. Come on, bitch. I guess they don't. I don't know. No bookmarks. Fuck you. Because bookmarks would be insane. Interesting. It definitely have some kind of a hack. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Like let's fucking leave it. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Huh. Okay, so I think OWASP London is you just kind of uh, you just kind of Yeah, so I'm just sorry for not giving an update. What I'm trying to do right now is just trying to uh, sign up to things which are kind of, what do you call them? Uh, where I can like go and present my research or projects, right? Yeah, let's forget about the Twitter shit for now. Um, maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, not that useful. This is definitely useful. Yeah, this might be. Just add a new folder. Or these two might go there. Okay. So the plan today is again the same as yesterday. We've not really decided on what to do. So I'm thinking of a cool project that I can work on. I have a bunch of ideas. There's just so many directions, but I don't want to like jump into shit without thinking. Let me just read some ChatGPT answers on what I can work on.
certain sections of it in conjunction with me to make sure that we can meet the deadlines. And at times I was having like flashbacks to university where I left some of my projects to the last minute to try and get things done. But anyway, if you find the report useful, letting another marketer know what it's insights shared by Rise at Seven, an agency that we
we have worked with in the past?
Some examples of those might be
Scrapers. In the chat, I used to be a Linio customer.
Linux website, I think. Yeah, this is why it's becoming more and more easier. Just tools are becoming more and more accessible, and there's less knowledge that you need to be able to write on it.
I also have another idea. Why not first build the global talent visa application, like as best as I can? I should actually write this down. This is an important point that I just thought of. This is a good point. Because you might find, I mean, I'm definitely gonna find that it's not enough, because I don't have any how do you call it? I don't have any speaking engagements. I don't have anything that is public recognition, but I'm seeing so many people that, like, if you search their name on LinkedIn, like the name doesn't even come up like in the first fucking page, or like there's nothing, not LinkedIn, but like Google, there's like nothing. You know, so maybe it's not about fame. Maybe it's something else. And like, even if I do like submit and I don't get an endorsement, I don't think it's gonna be a huge sink of money, because it's just like £500, which is a huge amount. I'm not gonna lie, but what if you get it, right? If you get it, then you don't need to hurry. You don't need to do anything. So there's that as well. I've written down that thing as a to-do item, but we'll see what to do about it. Let me read through the ChatGPT answer. So I asked ChatGPT to do some research on some stuff. I also have my work laptop with me. Today I got really interested in some of the work I was doing at my job. And I realized, so it was related to AI agents, and I realized, I kind of like it. Like I'm not like a huge proponent of AI, but like working on context engineering is definitely fun. I feel kinda. So that's that. That's my timer for the oven. Here's the chicken, but it's kind of hot. So we'll see if it works out. It's too hot. Like, it's so hot, I can't even like get this. Yeah, I got it. Why didn't I get a notification? Oh, I got a notification for this. Like, who the fuck in YouTube decided to like divide the notification into important and more notifications? Like, what? Just fucking show me the notifications for my subscriptions, bitch. Like, what the fuck? You have several different options when you're subscribing. You don't want any notifications. You want them sometimes. You want them always. Bitch. Like, what? Who the fuck got promotion for this division of notifications? Like, I have to like now parse like the first few shitty things, and then later like more notifications, as if like I'm not like, you know, what do you call it? I'm not capable of like thinking who to subscribe. Like, ugh. I mean, my hatred for technology is like recent. I was like kind of blind to the kind of shit, you know, big tech companies pull. Speaking as somebody who works in big tech, the perfect night routine. I love that. Advanced Vim in Z. A lot of cool videos. I hate beautiful girls.
Whenever someone asks me, is it too late to start investing? I think there's two things going on here. Am I too old? And have I just missed out on all the good days? Today I'm going to systematically dispel the notion that it's too late for you from absolutely every angle that I can think of. Just chop away at that nonsense. I'm also going to give you an age-based approach on how I would approach investing, depending on where I am in life. But right, let's get on with it, because we wouldn't want to be late now, would we?
This guy edits well. There's this YouTube channel called Damien Talks Money. It's good if you're like into investing, and especially in the UK.
Let's start with the big one. The fear that the moment you start investing, everything gets really bad. You finally put your money in, and then the next day, the market drops. Classic. Later in the video, we'll cover together why I think the market will go up long term. But for now, let's deal with this fear that's often crippling for a lot of people. This, what if I buy and it crashes? Look, I can't tell you what the stock market will do tomorrow, the next day, the year after that. What I am going to do is show you what would have happened if you invested during one of the worst periods on record.
The richest country in the world began a bitter journey downhill. The stock market buckled and crashed. The nation's economy plummeted into the depression.
This was a decline of about 89% from its peak to its bottom value, and it didn't regain that peak until 1954. It was pretty crap. That's a 24 to 25 year round trip just to get back to where you started. I do think it's worth saying at this point as well, regardless of what I'm about to say about investing through this period, this would have been an awful time to even be alive, let alone be an investor. And anyone would have doubted themselves. Crashes are uniquely powerful in their ability to rattle you, regardless of what you think you know. I hope to help you frame them today differently, so then next time you experience one, and you will experience one, you can go, based on where I'm currently at in my investing timeline, is this a good thing for me, or is this a bad thing? Let's line up two versions of you on this chart. Both at the exact same place here, just at different stages of your investing journey. The young version of yourself is starting to invest at the exact moment the American stock market will experience this crash. Meanwhile, the older version of you has just grown their portfolio through one of the biggest booms ever, and is sitting on a massive pile of cash that they're considering living off in retirement. Whose position would you rather be in? The older investor who had a portfolio that was heavy in stocks in 1929 and was retired or close to retirement and relying on that portfolio would have been devastated by this 80 to 90% drawdown, which was then followed by this very slow climb back up. Any plans to live off this money were dashed due to the timing of this collapse. But the experience for the younger investor would be almost flipped. For them, the same 89% collapse would have been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to buy into this stock market each month at cheaper and cheaper prices. Then that money would have compounded through the recovery and this post-war boom here. The same crash, the same person, just at different points of life. The question is not will the stock market crash? It will. But when will it crash in relation to where you're at in your financial life? The ideal path for a new investor is pretty counterintuitive. It's a rubbish stock market while they're working and while they're buying into that stock market, and then a very good one when they retire. To fear a decline in the stock market when you're just starting out with nothing to lose is a bit like a first-time home buyer worrying because house prices in the dream neighborhood they want to buy in have just like plummeting the exact week that they started looking to buy. But you typically don't buy a house every month, do you? You buy the stock market often. So actually, again, quite counterintuitively, a sustained decline or a really bad market for a new investor is actually potentially a really good thing. The time to fear a decline is at the point where you're switching from accumulating assets into the time you want to spend them. The risk of crash then poses is that it hammers your portfolio at the exact moment that you wish to draw on it. This is called sequencing risk, and it looks a bit like this. Let's say you're about to retire. I'm going to use big, simple numbers here because it's easy for me to calculate. You've got £1 million in retirement savings, and you need £50,000 a year to live off, and you need to withdraw that £50,000 every year, regardless of what's going on. Two investors in this situation get the same 4 yearly returns, but they get them in reverse. We're called unlucky and unlucky, and you'll notice that the only difference here is the returns each year are reversed. That means over the 4 years, they get exactly the same average rate of return on paper. But after they take out their 50k each year and go on that journey, what's left? The answer is over £100,000 in difference, for the same returns on the same timeline, just in a different order. When the bad years arrive, it's as important as how big are those bad years. And part of adapting to stock market crashes, which are very much part of the stock market, is understanding when they really pose a risk to us and when they're actually an opportunity. So the next time you fear one, ask yourself, where am I on my investing timeline? And is this something that helps me buy into the broad market for cheaper, or something that risks the longevity of what I have saved up so far? Now, I guess that's probably giving some of you another question, isn't it? What if I feel like I don't have enough time? What I've said there might soothe the young, but what if you're in your 50s and 60s? Is it too late to even bother? This is Laura Carstensen. She's the director of Stanford Center for Longevity, and she came up with something called the socio-emotional selectivity theory. Basically, as we get older, we shift away from thriving on new experiences and learning things, because instead we start paying attention to how much time we've got left, and that shapes how we behave.
When time horizons are long and nebulous, as they typically are in youth, people are constantly preparing, trying to soak up all the information. We might spend time with people we don't even like, because it's somehow interesting. We go on blind dates.
My nan died never having used the internet or a mobile phone. Now, she would have said, I've not used one for 60 years and I've got on fine, so why start now? And investing can feel a little bit the same. If you've got 50 years without it, your brain can file that under, learning about this is risky, stressful, maybe not worth it. But what most investors don't realize is, it's too late for me, and choosing not to invest is an investment decision, and it's one with potentially devastating consequences. This chart by Mariana Hunter Fidelity looks at rolling 5, 10, and 20-year periods, measuring how often cash and the UK stock market have been inflation. Over 5 or 10 years, cash being inflation is basically a coin flip. Stretch the time frame out, it does improve a bit, but the stock market, as you can see here, improves a lot more. Forget the jargon or complexity of the topic of inflation for a second and just answer me this question. Do you think the stuff you buy today will cost more in the future? In 20 years, will a pint of milk cost more than it does now? If the answer is yes, and if you're in your 50s and 60s, you hopefully have way more than 20 years ahead of you. So if you sit in cash because it's familiar, because it feels like the safe thing to do, you're increasing the odds of your money's buying power going backwards, and that what you have saved up for retirement is not enough to sustain you. Moshe Milevsky, in his book, Are You a Stock or a Bond?, frames the retirement piece like this with this diagram. Your retirement income need is just the number that you need each year to live. Some of that income will be covered by reliable sources, maybe a defined benefit pension, or in many cases today, the UK state pension. Everything else is the income gap, and this is the amount that you're going to need to pull from your own savings, your nest egg, year after year. So the question becomes, given the savings you have built up, big or small, can that income gap be sustained without the nest egg running dry? And yes, a key question around sustainability is how much you spend. If you're going to take 50 grand a year from a 100 grand pot, it's not going to last very long, is it? But the other part is inflation. Your pot has to, at the very least, keep rising with price increases. The Bank of England targets an inflation rate of 2%. They want inflation at that level every year. The average inflation rate between 1950 and 1988 was 5.8%. And more recently, from 1989 to 2022, it was 2.6% a year. Let's just say they hit their target. That 2% will still turn £100,000 into £55,000 worth of purchasing power in 3 decades. At 2.6%, that extra 0.6% reduces the spending power of that 100k to 46,300. If you don't outrun that force, your ability to live the lifestyle you want is cut over time. We all need to invest some of our wealth for that reason, no matter our age. I will invest in some way, shape, or form until the day I die. And there are loads of ways that you can do that investment. Property's been a popular one in the UK in recent years. But I like buying a slice of the global stock market. Using the best data we have, and the further we go back, the worse the data gets, really. But the global stock market has shown a track record of delivering returns of about 5% above inflation long term. Also, the barrier to entry is tiny. You can